So I have with me today a very premium, hopefully, notebook from Chinese manufacturer Cube. This is the Thinker i35 from them. So it's built around a large 13.5 inch 3:2 ratio screen, which is of course the Surface Book screen that we recently saw in the Chewy HI13. So a premium display in it. It's got a full alloy metal design to it, and it has fingerprint security, USB 3 port, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabyte SSD, and it is powered by a Core M3 7Y30. So let's check this one out. Got my unboxing knife sharpened and ready. So the packaging looks a little bit average. I wish they put this in a box. They've just used like bubble wrap and then this plastic over the top, which is a little unfortunate. Good to see that this is still wrapped up with the factory protective plastic wrap all around it, which is good. But this also means that it's just going to have Chinese Windows 10 on there. I'll have to upgrade to Pro and then install English, I think, to get English on this. So no idea how to open this up. I think it's one of those boxes that you just open from the side. Slot it out. Okay, okay, it's a flick up, fold up type. So here we go. Some nice padding around there. So there is the laptop there. Have a look at the accessories first. I must say, nice packaging so far. So even the power supply has the Thinker branding on it, and this is rated to 12 volts 3 amps. US plug there, of course. I'm going to need an adapter for that. There's nothing else in that box, and the laptop feels quite heavy. I will weigh that in a second. Just put it to one side while I see what else we have. So this must be just your warranty card, whatnot. So QC pass, that's good to see. Quality control has done their check on this, so hopefully it's not faulty. Better not be after all I've paid. And this is just, okay, warranty card information or something. That is all in Chinese. Just before I open it up, I want to have a look at the weight of it. Feels rather heavy, so 1.68 kilos. So the lid of it is made out of metal, and you can't open it with just one hand. Nice large touchpad there. There's the fingerprint reader there for added security. And let's have a look at this hinge. Apparently you can go right back. And yes, it does. It almost lies completely flat. So looking at the keyboard layout, you can see we've got function, media controls all along the shortcuts at the top, but there is no control for the screen brightness that I can see on there, which is a little disappointing. Now the power button is located just above the caps lock there, and it feels like it has the same resistance as the rest of the keys. Now the keyboard pressing down hard, very firm, because this is a thin device. There's really not much flex in that, and the keys seem to have around 1.2 or 3 millimeters there of key travel, I would say. Now this is just a guess, I'll measure that later on. But so far the build quality is looking excellent. We've got some status LEDs at the top. You see there's no marking here whatsoever mentioning Cube, which is interesting. Now looking at the top of the screen, it looks like it could actually be fully laminated. I'll find out when I power it on in just a minute. But just wanted to point out that we've got dual microphones there next to that front-facing 2 megapixel webcam. And they've put some little rubber feet or stays on the corner that you can see right there. That's to stop the screen from touching the keyboard, which is a nice little touch. And you see this on more premium laptops. Now looking at the ports, on the left of the device we have a full-size USB 3 port, DC in for charging, status LED, and then a USB 3.1 Type-C. So that will be data, power as well, hopefully, and of course display out. And on the right hand side we have a full-sized second USB 3 port, and then of course the headphone jack there with microphone support. Now the hinge of the device feels really good, very firm. Shame we can't open it with just one hand, but I think I actually prefer it being a lot firmer like this. That feels really good. So for touch, as you'll see when pressing on it, it's still going to move around a little bit, but not as much as if that hinge was loose, of course. That would be going all over the show. So build quality is really top-notch so far, and I am impressed. Looking now at the underside of the notebook, we've got 4 rubber feet. They feel very solid and sturdy, good quality, and the whole rear metal housing is screwed in place. So the whole thing is made out of metal, apart from, of course, the glass touchscreen. And this here is the only logo we have, which is just the Thinker marking on the top of the lid there, which is interesting. No mention of Cube. So time to power it on and have a look and see just how nice this 3000 x 2000 resolution Surface Book screen is. And it looks, I think this is fully laminated, which is great news. Okay, so as expected, it has started up in complete Chinese, and I'm not going to have any options to install English here because I'll need to upgrade or just back up all the drivers and do a fresh new install of Windows 10. So I'm just going to continue through this, skip ahead, and we'll get in and have a look at the device manager and a few things at least that I can understand. But that display is fully laminated and touch seems really good. So I'll just quickly cycle through the display. At the moment it's 25%, and as mentioned, this screen is fully laminated, which is awesome to see. Finally some fully laminated displays on tech out of China. So 25%, 50 there, 75 and 100. The screen looks stunning, really good, just as good as the Surface Book when I had that one for just a week, as I remember. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore, so I can't show them side by side, but it's the same panel, and to me, it looks really just as good here. So just to point out a couple of things, at the moment, I'm just trying to move from the Chinese Windows 10 single language edition over and upgrade it into Windows 10 Pro so I can get and install the English language pack. So it's doing that at the moment. But there's some things I wanted to point out here. So device manager, the fingerprint reader for the security on there is an ELAN WBF fingerprint sensor there. Now I've never used that, so I don't know whether it's good or not, but the dual band wireless AC I have seen and used before. This tends to be quite good. Not the fastest chipset, but it does normally get really good performance for me. So it's Intel wireless AC dual band 3165 is the chipset. Realtek audio, I'll test out those speakers which are located internally in here in just a second. So 2 cores, Core M3 7Y30, that of course is with 4 threads, so that's why it's showing up 4 times in there like it is for CPU cores, but it's not there. So while that's updating, RAM as well is running at 1867 megahertz dual channel, good, no problems with that. So the real weakness I feel will probably be the internal storage, which is SATA 3. So we're not going to get those fast PCIe speeds we see from the likes of the Samsung 950s and the 960 Pros. So 221 gigabytes free there. And you see here that yes, it does actually support a stylus. Now I was hoping to strike it lucky and the High Pen 3 would work on it, since it's the same screen, but no, it seems to be using a different technology there. So when I can get my hands on the pen, I don't know at this point, I can't seem to find it anywhere, but when I can get hold of one, I will have a separate video with that, testing out the stylus. If people really want to see that and request that, let me know please in the comments about that there. So looking back at the screen just again, that touch accuracy for me seems good. I'm able to touch that very easily without any problems, and it's very fluid and smooth, and a great looking fully laminated display here, of course, the Surface Book screen. To quickly test out those internal speakers that you can't even see on it. They have a very stealth-like design. They've located them, I think, up here, so the sound must come out just through the gaps between the screen there. So I've just got my typical track I'm going to play here, and let's see how loud it is. It's 100% volume. Okay, so around 86 decibels. They've got a tiny hint of bass to them. They're not premium speakers, but they are better than what I've heard in the likes of the Cube Mix Plus. Definitely a lot better than the chewy i13 speakers. Now to quickly check and see if the Type-C port's going to power an external hard drive. So I have an adapter here. That is lighting up blue, so full USB 3 speeds, and I can see, yes, I can access that. So that port is good. Let's try now the USB 3 port. And that is also going to access that just fine. So that is good. Those ports are working on the notebook. Just to add that I tested out my USB Type-C hub that I have here. Display out worked fine. It powers all the ports, and I can also charge it at the same time. So as far as I can tell, the USB 3 port, 3.1 port is working perfectly fine here. And a sample from that front-facing 2 megapixel webcam. So it shoots 30 frames per second and in 720p. I've done a recording of it, tested out those dual array microphones it's got at the front, and I must say that it sounds good to me. And so does the webcam quality. In general, looks good. I mean, it's not the best I have seen. I've seen better from 1080p webcams, of course, but I find it to be decent. I've used the touchpad here now for a little while, and I must say that the accuracy of it is quite good. I can easily go from one screen to the other without any problems, and it supports gestures, so you double tap, all of that. And now the other thing is, of course, incorporated mouse buttons. It's not just gestures, there are hardware buttons in there. Now the fingerprint reader up the top, once I get English all set up on this Thinker i35 here, then I'll test that out properly in the full review. Lastly, just to demonstrate here just how far that screen will recline back. That's the furthest position, so it doesn't lie 100% flat, but it's good to see a hinge that can do this and doesn't just top out or get stuck about there, which I tend to find quite annoying. Okay, so this is just the unboxing, and my first impressions so far are really good. I am impressed with this build quality. It's top end. This is premium. Very nice. Fully laminated display. Now I don't know if it's got Gorilla Glass on there, but to me it feels like it has some sort of scratch resistant glass. I mean, they haven't put a pre-applied screen protector on there, which is a good sign. Now, very thin. We've got 2 USB 3 ports on there, Type-C. One thing that, if I'm being a little bit picky, that I think it's missing is a micro SD card slot on there. That would be nice to have on there, but it's not a deal breaker at all. It's not essential. So keyboard to type on so far feels good. Touchpad also feels great, better than most. Now the screen, very nice because it's fully laminated. We are getting the full glory of the Surface Book screen here, not like on the chewy HO13. The HO13's got the same screen in it, but it's not fully laminated, so it just doesn't shine out as much. It doesn't look as brilliant, as good, even though it is a very good screen, of course. So I will have to check out the thermals of this, the battery life, benchmarks, all of that will be coming in my full review. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to catch you back in the full review of the Cube Thinker i35. Bye for now.